We just did an extremely large November grocery haul, and we are going to film this video too, but it might go up on the channel a few weeks past when I went grocery shopping. So this is the same day as all the grocery shopping is happening, but I wanted to take you along what it's like after I get home from grocery shopping and we filmed the video. I have dinner going here on the stove and in the oven, and I'm going to wash the produce. And as I'm going through this, we're just going to stop the camera whenever I think there is a good time to tell you something and a tip that I have that I just do as I'm going. Follow along, but there will be different stages of the evening that's happening here. If you're just meeting me, my name is 𝐂𝐻𝐋𝐿, and this is the 𝐋𝐈𝐍𝐊𝐒 Legacy, where I teach you how to save money on groceries. Our grocery budget is $270 a month, which only my husband and I live here at the house, but we are feeding multiple people over the course of the weeks of the month, with people staying here and visiting. But we're able to stick to that grocery budget of $270 per month because we focus on having zero food waste. Every 2 weeks we put out a video talking about the different meals that I'm making. So if you want to follow that series, it's called the Meals series, and it has went through the entire year of 2025 with different meals that I make every single night. And tonight I have some marinara sauce on the stove that has some Italian sausage. That part is actually leftovers. And in the oven I have some spaghetti squash and some meatballs that I had batch cooked the meatballs. So really we've only had like 2 or 3 minutes of prep time to have dinner cooking away here on the oven and the stove as I'm starting to prep the vegetables. Most of the items that I'm going to talk about, we have full videos for every single item. So items like lettuce, we'll have a full lettuce video. But as I was doing this, I was thinking of another tip to share. So I have the lettuce here in this colander for my salad spinner. The lettuce leaves are actually too big and I didn't want to cut them down to fit inside the salad spinner. And so I just had them sit up like this in the colander, and you can see how much water I have at the bottom of this bowl after I get done soaking it. But this is also a great thing to do if you don't have very much counter space and you need to dry your lettuce. You can put it upright in a bowl and kind of flip it around every hour or so, and it will dry much quicker if you don't have room to lay everything out. I don't know how much you can see, but I do have the lettuce. It's laying out now to dry, and I'm getting the kale ready to go. And then I had to pull the bread out of the oven. So it's just what's happening here tonight. Normally I will do this step after I wash it, but I just happened to do it before tonight. So I cut off the stalks off of the kale. These stalks I'm going to put in my vegetable bag that I keep in the freezer for the next time I make stock. The kale and the spinach I'm going to wash in that same water that I just washed the lettuce in. So I'm reusing the water and the vinegar for these items. It's been a couple minutes since we turned off the camera, and in that time we cleaned up the spinach, which we are drying in 3 batches. So I had the person behind the camera helping me spin that. As I made some garlic butter and buttered my bread, so that's all ready. I just need to pull everything out of the oven. But I'm going to put the kale into the water, and I'm also going to add the parsley to the water. With the parsley, I do try to keep it together as much as possible. It makes it a lot easier, but I always shake it like a pom-pom, and that will help it dry out a little bit more. I will still put it in the salad spinner, but if you don't have a salad spinner, shaking it like a pom-pom really does help get a lot of the moisture off of it. And I wanted to show this to you. So when we got home from the store, since I knew it was going to be a couple hours until we ended up washing this, I put the new parsley in the old parsley jar. So this is my parsley that is exactly a month old right now that was left there. And this is the new parsley that I just bought. Now I am going to put clean water in this and still use the rest of this parsley, but I loved showing that this was the month-old parsley and this is the brand new parsley. I forgot with the spinach also, I normally just dump it out over here on the towel, and then about every half an hour to an hour, whenever I'm thinking about it, I wash my hands and I walk by and I toss it a little bit on the towels, which helps it dry much quicker. Just for the record, the stove is off and I'm going to be moving this kind of closer to the stove, but the stove is off. It's not coming back on tonight. But these are organic Turkish towels that I use, and I like to use them because they dry much quicker, and I think it helps pull some of that water off of the produce items. These are listed in our Amazon storefront if you're interested in it, but any towel will work. Okay, with the parsley, I do try to keep it together as much as possible. It makes it a lot easier, but I always shake it like a pom-pom, and that will help it dry out a little bit more. I will still put it in the salad spinner, but if you don't have a salad spinner, shaking it like a pom-pom really does help get a lot of the moisture off of it. And with that, we can stop right here and eat dinner. I have washed all the items that take the longest to dry, so I know that those will be dry before I need to put them away. And then things like peppers that dry really quickly, I can wash after dinner. Okay, this is my large stock pot. I like that it lists up the cups on the side of it. So this is 40 cups. I'm filling this all the way up with water, so I need 1 cup of vinegar. And when I'm doing the big produce washing like this, I just use it out of the gallon jug like this, and then I refill the smaller glass jars to keep in the kitchen, but I like using just the jug. I'm going to pour 1 cup of vinegar in here for 40 cups of water. Since this is clean water, again, I'm going to start with the smooth side things. So I'm going to put the zucchini in there, some peppers in it. We'll see what fits. I might add some limes. And then I'm going to keep bobbing these down so they stay under the water level. And a trick is to put the zucchini on top of them, and it'll help a little bit. We just finished dinner, and now I'm trying to start cleaning up the mess, but I'm also washing the produce as I go. So I just washed the zucchinis, the yellow squashes, and the peppers all together at one time, and I'm going to make them fit back here on the countertop as I move dinner this way. Okay, the timer is going off. I'm filling up my sink with bubbly water here, and I've been rolling my oranges around in the water to make sure none of them float. This is how I'm getting 2 things done at the same time. I will have to say, one of my favorite chores to do is putting my hand in the cranberries and rolling them around. I love the sound that it makes, and it's just so satisfying. Another small kitchen tip I have is to use cooking sheets, especially when they have the edges on them. I put a towel on this, and then I can move whatever I have drying on the cookie sheet out of the way. This is one that I do rinse, and I put my thumb down the middle of it just to make sure that there's no dirt hiding in there. The thyme smells so good, and I want you to see how much water is in here just from spinning that little tiny bunch of thyme. But if you don't have a salad spinner, it's a great time to invest in one. You are going to use it for many, many years. And if you're just starting out in the kitchen, it's also a great thing to use as a bowl, a colander, and as a salad spinner, so it serves multiple purposes. Okay, I'm going to take the stickers off of any produce I have. It forms bruises underneath the stickers, so it's good to remove those quickly. And not only is it a great night to wash my produce, it's also garbage night, so Mike can get rid of the boxes for me. Okay, this is another good reminder when you're washing either pomegranates or apples or peaches, anything that has like a blossom into it, you want to make sure that you lay it down on the towel because it collects water in there. I just pulled this bunches of grapes out of the container, and this is the largest bunch I've ever seen. I always divide these into handful portion sizes, so I take my shears and just snip them, and then I wash them. But I try to keep them on the stem as long as possible because when you take grapes off of the stem, they start to deteriorate quicker. I have the carrots and the parsnips. They are soaking. The timer's going to go off in just a second, but I'm purposely not washing these microgreens tonight because I'm going to film a video on washing these tomorrow. And to make room for the carrots, and now that the lettuce has been sitting out since before dinner, I'm going to actually tilt that up on the wall on the side tiles here and then lay the carrots out here to make more room in the kitchen. I do wash the carrots and then I peel them, and that way I can save the peels to make stock. Carrots are one of the most dirtiest things that you're going to wash, so I try to wash those last. You will see how nasty the water looks. If you want all of my tips to wash produce and keep it fresh for weeks, and all of the tips on how I store it, make sure to check out my Zero Waste Produce Guide. This has 75 produce items in it, A to Z, and there is a link in the description with a discount code. We also have videos breaking down every single one of these items, or almost every single one of them. So if you're looking for a video to watch start to finish on each item, they're on our channel here to find. So make sure you hit subscribe.